Hey guys, it's me, Plush and stuff, and today we're gonna be reviewing unboxing the Five Nights at Freddy's holiday season Funko plushies that just came out. This is a very big box. I just realized there's an ant on there, so let me just kill that with like some felt real quick. Okay, ant problem has been taken care of. Hopefully there aren't like any more on here. Pretty big ant. It doesn't seem like there is though. Yeah, let's just open this up. It's a very big order. This cost me a pretty penny. This was like $70 for all of them. But they look pretty cool, so it was worth it. Alright, well, maybe I can start. There we go. Okay. Alright, I can see a little bit. We're just gonna tilt it like this. I'm very excited. Alright, we got some plastic. Oh, I see them. Oh, they look nice. I thought they were all gonna be individually boxed. Oh my goodness. Okay, these look pretty good actually. They actually look better than I thought they were going to. We got Santa Freddy, I believe. These are so soft. We got Elf Bonnie. He has the red there. I'll just cut that in a minute. He's so derpy. I love him. Let's see. Oh my gosh. It's so soft. We got Snow Chica. Very cute. Okay, this one I was excited for. We have Gingerbread Foxy. Oh my gosh. Okay, this plushie is absolutely amazing. We're gonna get to all this stuff in just a second. And last plushie in here is actually Nutcracker Foxy, who is I think going to be a Walmart exclusive. And he was on Funko's website, but he sold out now, so good luck getting him, I guess. So yeah, we basically have the complete set, so that's very nice. Let me move all this stuff and we can get to reviewing them. Alright, starting off, we have Santa Freddy. So this is the thing that exists. I guess let's just get started with the most obvious thing. He's using the Rockstar Freddy mold, I'm pretty sure. That is kind of weird. I know some people were complaining about that. It definitely looks worse in the product images, or at least the ones that were leaked on like Aussie Collectibles. It actually looks very good in my opinion. These plushies are super soft. These are like I think on par with like the Balloon Circus Wave. It might be the same material, but it feels kind of softer. I don't know. Very, very soft material though. There is printing though, but it doesn't feel like that bad or anything. Like I think it feels better than the Balloon Circus plushies. And thank goodness there's no outlines. Yes, thank you Funko. Oh my gosh, all the details are printed, which, well, at least for the torso, which, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fine, but like they probably could have embroidered the white stuff, or at least they could have embroidered that yellow belt thing. I mean, you didn't have to print it all if you're gonna do that. And also, the hands didn't really have to be printed because they could have just made this a separate material like they do on the Foxy, which we'll get into later. And they could have done the same thing with the legs, and wow, I'm sorry, but that just does not really look good. The bow tie, I think it's actually like they finally just went back to using the normal Freddy bow tie, which I am pretty happy about, because like, I mean, all the different ones are cool, but like the original ones are just probably the best in my opinion. I mean, they're pretty good. But the only thing I don't like is now they're made of like I think either the security breach scratching material or just like felt. I'm not really sure. But taking a break from the body, we got his face. His face looks really nice, even though it is Rockstar Freddy. It's very soft. I like the colors. I love the red everywhere. I really like this hat, by the way. I like how it's all like wiggly and stuff. I wish Moon's hat looked like this, because this looks kind of a lot better than what they did with Moon, in my opinion. And something cool actually that I found out about is if you raise the hat, okay, I'm not gonna go through the effort of pulling it out, but you can see that Freddy's other ear is actually in there. They didn't like just remove it so it could fit and stuff. One thing I am disappointed about though, they went back to the eye rings. Not a fan of that. So the only real problems I have are there is some printing, unnecessary printing. And they have the sunken in eyes, but I mean the sunken in eyes aren't really that big a deal. I don't really care. That's mostly just me being picky. So the bow tie and the printing is only the only real problem I have, because the printing can look really bad in like places like right here. So I give it like an 8 out of 10. It does have some flaws, but it is actually very good, and it is very soft. All of them are very soft, so they definitely get bonus points for that. The softer the better, in my opinion. Yeah, so very good. Also, before we move on, this is what the tag looks like. And in case you're wondering why I'm reviewing these instead of like Christmas time, I'm reviewing them in Halloween. New FNaF plushies. I will put links in the description if you want to buy them, by the way. Not him, though, because he's sold out. Very sorry about that. Alright, next up, we have Elf Bonnie. This guy actually looks a lot cooler in person. He was probably the one I was, like, least excited about originally, but holding him here, he actually looks really, really adorable. I actually am really starting to like him. Okay, so, something that I noticed they actually used the metallic fabric for the clothes, I guess, the elf clothes that he wears, which I think is cool because not only does it help him, we got another loose thread, hang on, let me just cut that real quick. It not only does it help distinguish him from Santa Freddy and make him like more unique and stuff, but I mean, it just kind of makes sense, you know, like elf clothes kind of, I guess, would look like this, sort of. And they also used the little fuzzy stuff on the arms and on the pom-poms, which I think they actually did reuse the sun and moon feet to make the little jester legs he has. I really like these little legs. They're very cool, and they're very soft too, like the rest of the plushie. The bow tie is basically identical to his, slightly more red but scratchy again, which is not ideal, but it's fine. They actually did something cool with his hat. Instead of making it go backwards, it like kind of goes forward. I don't know. I mean, I think it looks okay. But probably the big problem of this plushie is the ears. Now you might be thinking, but these ears look really good. They're actually like spread out, which, yeah, I gotta admit, like, this is actually the first time in a while we've had like perfect Bonnie ears, like, at least in terms of like the shape, like they're actually spread out and not like two giant sticks close together. Like, this actually looks really good, but they're printed and they didn't even really do a good job of hiding it. Actually, on camera it doesn't look that noticeable, I guess, but I mean, in real life you can definitely see the difference in color. But it is kind of understandable because like it's coming out of the hat, and I mean, I guess it would have been hard to figure out a way to like do it without embroidering it. I don't know, maybe that's not how it works. I don't know. I also really like these little light accents that he has, like with his eyes and his cheeks. And they actually, I'm pretty sure this is either like the Spring Bonnie mold or the Choco Bonnie mold. I think they may actually just be the same, but I actually think this works really, really well for Bonnie. Like, it looks really good. And interesting detail I noticed, he actually does not have the eyebrows that they've been doing like they did with this wave too, with everybody else. He doesn't have them, which is interesting. I gotta say, this hat is actually really impressive. Like, they made little holes for the ears to come out and everything. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I think I probably like him a bit more than Santa Freddy. I don't know, maybe like he does have printing. You can't like see the flaws as much on like the metallic fabric when it comes to printing. It's really cool plushie. He's very detailed for such a small little guy. I'd have to give this guy like a 9 out of 10. As much as nobody probably cares about these are really high quality at least. Alright, next up we have Snow Chica. Now this is an interesting plushie which I have a problem with, but we are gonna get to that. I mean, I actually have a couple. So starting off, this thing is adorable. I mean, look at it. It's like it's a little snowman. He actually has like the little beans that they put, I guess, to help them stand up. Come on, you can do it. There you go. So they can stand. Oh, she's about to fall. You got the idea. So the face, she's doing an eyebrow for some reason. I'm not sure why. It looks kind of goofy. The eyes, I'm so glad they added these little white dots, because otherwise this thing would look pretty terrifying. I mean, look at that. And you've also got the beak, which I'm pretty sure is actually supposed to be like a carrot, and that's why those lines are there. The buttons are actually all embroidered, and they look pretty nice. Not too much to say there. She also has little like mittens and stuff, which are printed, but they don't feel as good as the other ones. I don't know, they use like lower quality fabric for these. And really interestingly, she has fingers. I think this is like the first ever FNaF plushie to have fingers, but to be honest, she didn't really need them. I mean, like, sure, they're mitten, or like fingerless glove mitten type things, but I mean, like, you know, plushies are about simplifying things, so I mean, unless the fingers are like a really defining part of a character, you don't really need them in my opinion. And then we have the hat. She's got like little printed snow on her hat, and then a little, actually like a 3D piece of felt, what's it called? I keep forgetting what it's called, mistletoe. But there's no stuffing. It's literally flat. I know the other hats were like that, but I mean, those are like different. This is a top hat. Why didn't they stuff this? Like, I just don't know. And also they used the scratchy material. I don't know, that's weird. The other designs don't even use this hat. They actually have like a beanie or something. I mean, I guess it's like still cool because it's a reference to Frosty the Snowman if you think about it, but like, why'd they change it? I mean, the beanie looked fine too. Oh, and also she's got a scarf made of like felt and stuff. Looks fine. I don't know. Not much to say there. Even weirder. This plushie is so weird. I like it, but it's really weird. It's made of the fuzzy material, but like all over it, which is definitely a first. No other FNaF plushie has used this material. And also, this is arguably the softest FNaF plushie, but that's actually where my problem comes from. See, this fuzzy material, I've had it on other plushies before, and over time, it definitely degrades. Like, sure, it's really soft and stuff right now. Think of like Bonnie's, the Bonnie plushie's tail. But over time, it gets kind of scratchy. Well, not scratchy per se, but it gets kind of like thick. Let me actually get an example. Here we have my Animal Kirby plushie. He had the same material right here. This was this and this are the same material, and it became like this, and I didn't like do anything to it like too crazy. I just kind of like, you know, had it, and like, you know, sometimes I guess it would be on the floor, and it became that over time. So I mean, it's not gonna look like this because those hairs are like a lot smaller, I think, but it will kind of feel like less soft, and it will probably be actually probably not really soft, and it'll probably feel kind of gross to hold after a while. So yeah, I kind of hope they don't really use this material that much. I mean, I guess that those guys also use it, but it's like, it's less, I guess. So I mean, like, if that does get scratchy, it's not like the whole plushie is ruined, but like, this is the whole plushie. So yeah, that's kind of my big problem with this plushie. And also, the material just doesn't make sense. I mean, out of all the characters to use a fuzzy material for, why is Snow Chica? I mean, Snow is supposed to be flat, not fuzzy. You got the material right there. I mean, it's good. I will say this, it's good, but I am worried about the material. So I don't really feel confident in giving it anything higher than a 7 out of 10, because I feel like this will definitely degrade over time. And now for the plushie I have been most excited about when this wave got revealed and this plushie was leaked. It looked so good. Here we have, ladies and gentlemen, let me get this tag out of the way, Gingerbread Foxy. You guys have been absolutely sleeping on this plushie. I know a lot of people have been calling it like ugly and stuff. And the reason for that is because of these teeth, these little buck teeth he has. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't really look very good at all. I don't know why they didn't just use the normal Foxy teeth, instead gave him the Toy Bonnie treatment. But I mean, if you ignore that, I mean, look at everything else. I mean, actually, I just noticed this part is scratchy for some reason, and this part is soft. I don't know why that's scratchy. Like, let's start off with the embroidery. They did not print any of this. This is all, look, that's all fully embroidered. Like, that's really cool. Like, that looks so cool. I mean, when I saw like the designs for these guys, like the figures and stuff, I thought for sure they were gonna print this, because there was no way they were gonna actually like do it, like go all out and embroider it. But they did, and it looks so good. He's got a little gumdrop nose, very cute. And he's also got like the lines on his chest to represent the, like, you know, the fur part. And he's got buttons which are embroidered, and not like fully embroidered, but like embroidered, and then the scratchy material inside, which is like how they used to do it. Why is this plushie like such a good return to form? And this is a new style of eyebrows, but for the gingerbread theming, it looks really good. And these are embroidered, by the way. I think I probably mentioned that. And the hook is not coming out of his hand, thankfully. They did make, like, you know, a kind of frosty material, which I think is actually sewn to make, like, kind of a wavy pattern. And the candy cane hook, I mean, it's nothing special, but I mean, like, I don't really know what else I would have done. Like, I mean, you kind of have to print on this kind of thing. Same thing for the eye patch. He does have the ring eyes, which, I mean, but I mean, those don't look that bad. And he's got, like, another wavy embroidery texture on his arms. Like, all of these are, like, they have so many different patterns on here, and they embroidered all of them. It looks so good. And they even did it on, like, the highlights of the feet. But one of the craziest parts about this plushie, they actually gave him pants. And they didn't print any of it. Yes, we have had Foxy plushies in the past with pants. Like, the Grim Foxy plushie. And then, I think Captain Foxy. But a lot of those parts were printed. But with this, we actually have a Foxy plushie. Probably actually just like a plushie, and FNaF plushie in general, with fully made pants that aren't printed or look weird like radioactive Foxies, and it looks so good. I mean, I'm kind of sad the original Foxy plushie doesn't have this, because, like, it literally looks perfect. I mean, look at that. It's even got a nice green color. And I forgot to mention, he's also got a little tail back here. I think it's like somebody bit it off or something, which is really cool. And it's even got frosting on the outside, and that's not printed. That's also, like, it's a part of the pattern. That's what I was looking for. And they even went back to the original Foxy style, like, hair tuft, instead of just being those triangles that they started doing, like, after not radioactive, Rockstar Foxy, and they just kind of kept going with that. But now he actually has the tufts, and the embroidery is kind of moved around that. So yeah, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 plushie. Yes, I know the teeth are annoying because they look goofy, but I mean, if it really bothers you that much, just cut them off, take some felt, and then make 2 teeth. Boom. Definitely 10 out of 10. Easy 10 out of 10. This is one of the best Funko plushies of all time, if I'm being honest. Like, sure, I mean, it's Gingerbread Foxy, maybe not the most interesting characters to some people, but, like, in terms of quality, it is really good. Like, a huge step up. Definitely, at least in my opinion, the shining star of this wave. And lastly, we got the oddball. We got the really interesting one, probably my least favorite, if I'm being honest. I mean, I guess it's not. Why though? Like, not only was the Nutcracker Foxy plush not mentioned in any, like, leaks anywhere, but, like, also just another Foxy. I mean, like, why? Why? Also, I just want to go on record. Mine has, like, really weird, eye ring things. They should probably stop doing these because the quality control of them can be a bit iffy at times. Like, this is the worst eye thing I've ever seen. Look at that. But anyways, let's start off with the positives of this plushie, because there aren't that many, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry. Okay, so the material for the head, at least, is very soft. And the head actually does look pretty decent. It's mostly the body of the plushie that looks weird. You got the eye patch, the eye. The eyebrows are also new, but they look cool and fit the Nutcracker theme. And they've got the cheeks. I am glad, by the way, this wave has finally started actually embroidering the cheeks again and not just, like, printing them. And he's got a fancy mustache that is also embroidered, and I mean, you know, looks pretty cool. It's interesting to have a Foxy plushie with a mustache. That is really funny. And they actually got the color of Foxy's ears right. And he's got his little Nutcracker hat. Nothing is actually made into the pattern. It's all printed. Like, they couldn't have even made this a real shape. Like, at least, like, come on, guys. Also, this hat is not stuffed either. I don't think this is a quality control thing. I think this is just for all the Nutcracker Foxy plushies. These tufts are actually supposed to be different from these. These, like, go up or something. I mean, I guess it does make him look more unique and stuff, but like, they don't look very good. Probably one of the weirdest parts of this plushie, though, is he's supposed to be a nutcracker, right? And even the action figure, you can see he has, like, giant teeth and stuff. That's kind of, like, the main thing a nutcracker has. That's what they're supposed to do. He has no mouth. He doesn't even have teeth. Practically every Foxy plushie, besides, I think, Rockstar Foxy, which, now that I think about it, it is kind of weird he didn't have teeth. But besides him, they all had teeth. And with a Foxy, with arguably, like, the most important mouth, I guess, because, I mean, it's a nutcracker. It's supposed to have a giant mouth. It's in the design. They didn't even give him teeth. They've done, like, the Dreadbear mouth, you know, kind of styled it to be more of a snout, like, move this kind of up a little bit, make some room for it, and then, you know, change those teeth to, like, the diagonal teeth that the figure has. So, yeah, this is just really weird. He just doesn't even have, like, the main thing a nutcracker is supposed to have. So that's something. And here are where my problems start. The body. Why does he have outlines? I thought we fixed the problem, but then they put the outlines on this one. Why? And I mean, sure, Santa, Freddy, and Albani had printing, but the metallic material helps the printing look less bad. And for him, there's just less printed details in general because he doesn't have that many details, so it doesn't look as bad, but like all these details are just printed. I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about like the Jacko ones, but those guys are like Wither and stuff, and so I mean, I guess it kind of like makes sense. But this just doesn't look good, and it doesn't feel good either. They did add the hook though, and one thing I am actually very happy about is this is actually different from the other hooks. It may look the same, but actually with like most of the new Foxy plushies, they just use like standard felt. And it just kind of, you know, it kind of gets bent and stuff because it's like so easily bendable and movable. But this is actually made of like a much stiffer felt material. Sadly, this one isn't. I just realized this one. That's the floppy material, and this is actually pretty stiff. So, you know, this will probably help it keep its shape. So I mean, you know, that's good, I guess. That's the point this plushie gets. Definitely an interesting plushie. The face looks pretty good. The top hat does not, and the body does not, and the tufts are weird. So I don't know, maybe like a 6 out of 10. I think that's pretty fair. But yeah, so that was the FNaF holiday season plush wave. Honestly, a huge step up from the Balloon Circus wave. Again, I do not have the same feelings that I had when I first got them. I did really like the theming, but they were just not very high quality. These both have pretty cool theming and very good quality for the most part, besides, you know, that guy. Not a bad plush wave. Honestly, I know a lot of you guys don't really like Funko's like recolor waves, or like filler waves as I call them. But honestly, if they do more creative stuff like this, instead of just, oh, it's blacklight, or oh, it's tie-dye, but they actually like do something new with the characters, like, for example, make them like holiday themed, then, I mean, yeah, like, you know what, sure, that's a cool thing to tide us over until the next, like, wave based on official characters releases. And I think there are actually going to be Ruin plushies coming out eventually. I think that was in a leak. So, you know, these are a nice little early Christmas present for us to have while we wait for the Ruin plushies to come out in, like, January, I think. So, yeah, very good wave. I was very impressed. They definitely look better than those Aussie collectible product images. Not gonna lie, they look kind of bad in those images, but in real life they look so much better. And FNaF plush videos are coming soon, guys, I promise. Just hang in there, it'll be very soon. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and Merry early Christmas. Goodbye.